Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenogears! Last time we reclaimed Nissan from Shakan, and we found out about the treasure here in the mausoleum, and so the plan is to go in there and retrieve said treasure, hoping that it's the Omni-Gear we've heard about, before Shakan gets a chance to. Of course, once we get in here, we'll realize that if we just left it alone, it probably would have been fine anyway. But hindsight's 20/20. Anyway, so yeah, there's a hidden path back here that very few people know about and is usually closed off. And this leads to the mausoleum. People are supposed to take refuge in here. So I guess everybody knows about it, but yeah. So now this, as you can see, is just a bunch of long stairways. So what I'm going to do is go fast forward because that just takes way too long. I don't know why it takes as long as it does, but there's no battles or anything, so fast forward! Yeah, you can see how long this would take otherwise. That is a crazy amount of time. Anyway, once we arrive here, we're at kind of a dead end. Don't rush him. He has no idea what he's doing. Give him time to think. Bart? Hello? He hasn't the foggiest idea. Poor Bart. Don't blame me. Yeah, he forgot. I don't know if that changed anything, but that sounds more like the stubborn Bart we know, so let's stick with that one. Basically, you just walk over here, you see a panel, you move the panel, and it works. I don't know what the other option does if Margie just does this for you, but oh well. Probably not. We're trusting Bart here. This is almost as effective as trusting Bart from The Simpsons. It's not going to end well. And by fiddling around with that, apparently without any real help, or any knowledge of how it works, since Bart obviously forgot, we open this very space age technology buried way the hell under the ground. How this happened, we will find out later. That's one thing I really do love about this game is all those little random things that show up in other games that's like, how the hell did this get here is never explained. Here, it almost always gets explained. And we have battle time, not boss time, but there are a lot of enemies here. And yes, like before, Margie's sitting here and helping us out. So we want to go and attack the ones in the back row, actually. I don't think we need any special combos. Most of the enemies around here get taken out with the square X combo. So, yeah, let's just end them with Bart and Faye there. And then I do have the Ether Doubler on Ellie there, so I'm going to use one of her spells to take down the remaining 4 enemies there in one go. Reduce the amount of damage I actually take. I don't think I've shown off a lot of Bart's newer techs before the ones we learned recently even, so we'll show off some of his other ones, I guess, in this battle. Assuming Ellie screws up and doesn't, you know, go through with her attacks there. See, yeah, remember, we have her percentages of not failing. So we got 100%, 85 now, it's much better than it was, and 75 for the last 4. Do note that all of these MP costs are with the Ether Doubler, which doubles your EP cost. So I'm just going to go with these ones because the other ones just cost more, and they hit all enemies, and I've already killed 2 of them. So this one hits all of these guys that are left, so just go with that. And we take them down relatively easily. Well, that's nice. And we get nothing for it. Not that I really care, but... Ah, not Lady, Lottie. I guess it's a Scottish accent? Am I remembering that right? Who knows? Of course. Uh-huh. Hey, look at that. Oh, and she's gone. It's fine. Well, that's good. Somehow they all managed to survive, even with guards in here. Well, that's kind of weird. Based on all the information we had, we thought he was heading this way. Yeah, I don't think you would have been able to do anything yet, so probably not a big deal. Yeah, might as well head back to the town. Go back to your homes. So yeah, some people seem to know that he's the prince. Others don't. I don't think everybody does. I think a few people that are kind of part of the resistance know, and a lot of the people of Nissan aren't necessarily part of the resistance, but they know who Bart is and they like that he's a nice guy, and so they help him out. Music? Please? No? There we go. Finally. A little too much silence for my taste. Well, that's a good sign, obviously. Sorry about that. I had nephew invasion there for a moment. Oh well. Anyway, we're back, and he's kind of hinting that he might be the prince to everyone, but not really saying it. Yeah, he's kind of said it, kind of not said it. You gotta figure it out. Oh, well that's good. Everyone gets to go home. Of course, since we sent all of our, reinforcements to Bledevec, and there's probably no one left to guard, that's probably still not a good idea. They should probably be barricading the door and staying here. But, oh well. Yeah, he knows what's going on. That sounds like a good dream. Yeah, that's the tool guy, by the way. He was in he was called Gramps at one point, but yeah, he is the old man that ran the tool shop with his wife. This is true. It's almost as if your character's growing. Thumbs up. You could have, but you didn't. Anyway, with that being said, all of the mausoleum, I guess these are caskets and stuff like that, you can't do anything with them as far as I know, so you just head straight up into here, press the up button, and we ride the clear glass elevator up really high while Margie kind of tries to walk off screen. Well, not really off screen, but she was like scooting along for no reason. They're not supposed to move in there. I don't know why they are, but oh well. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a bunch of these elevator rides, and they are long, so I will be fast-forwarding through them or cutting them out. As soon as you get to the top, you get another cutscene and a change in music. I like this theme. That makes sense. You got to save power somehow. Oh, so I guess no one's been up here in a long time. Yeah, I would guess that. In many, many, many years. True enough. So let's do that. Now, let's see here. We're centered north. There's not a whole lot you can do in this little stretch of the little dungeon here. It's actually a large dungeon, but you don't have to explore very much of it. So it's kind of confusing in that sense. It seems bigger than it is. And if you have a map, it's a lot faster than if you don't have a map, because it's very confusing without one. Makes sense. Now, we heard that this was a retinal scanner thing, which is why they wanted to protect Margie's mother's corpse, because they were planning on taking her eyes, which would not be holding the retinal pattern at this stage of decay, but enough with science. Yeah, so we need to do that. One of mine's closed. Now, if you remember, they're cousins, right? So, yeah, in the days and years long past, the idea is the King of Ave and the mother of Nissan would be married. And they kind of kept the bloodlines together. Of course, that's not a good thing from what we know now, but this game has shown science is not really its most endearing reference. Yep. So did we all, because you didn't say anything about it. Yeah, you could have told me. Oh well, whatever. Central core of the fortress. Really? Oh, okay. So it's a long time ago. Anyway, now that we've done that, we want to head straight up through here into the next hall. Now, this one is... yeah, so if I see this right on my map, over here leads to a doorway, and if you go up here... now, that leads somewhere else, but up here leads to the exact same place as the one below. So yeah, this is one room between those two doors that I've shown off. And the lights are really not on in here. At least in other places they're somewhat on. There's a lot of stuff going on in this room, most of which we can't do anything with at this time. So, can I control the camera now, please? No, we got more talking to do. Pilot room on your ship or the one in here? Of course, Bart's full of himself. That's the logical answer for Bart. Oh, look at that. Gotta have some humility. Not a pilot room, it's a bridge. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, if you'll notice by the save point there, we have treasure chest containing a desert worm. And yeah, that's of course another whip. Let's take a look at that. It's a little more powerful than what I have. And the whiplasher had no elements, so might as well just straight up upgrade. I was going to say something, but I'll hold my tongue for a bit. Let's work around and talk to this specific panel. And we can't do anything with it. Probably because all the power's off. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. In fact, that's the only reason we're really here, isn't it? Makes sense. Otherwise, the power would be on. Yeah, let's go get this treasure first, and then figure out what the hell this bridge is for. Let's go find it, and then we'll figure out what to do next. Luckily, so yeah, we came in through that door. We'll go out through this door, which should be very familiar since we were already at this point. Yeah, so that's where we came into the room. And now we want to head over here. There's no battles right now because Shakan hasn't really gotten here yet, so that's a good thing. And we'll take this, and we want to head up. And fast forward through that, since that takes too long. Now, once we've gotten here, keep your camera set to the north, and we want to go up here first, and take this door here, it's the only one available to us, to the energy block. Now we want to start at the northern part for a very specific reason. It's closer. And the first door you see, you want to pop in there. And you want to head straight up, and there should be a treasure in here. Of course not. So there's two different locations for the treasure based on two different maps that I've looked at. And apparently the first one is the wrong one, so we want to go past that. We want to skip the second door for now, and we want to go to the third one. Third one should be right here. Now, depending on which map you look at, the one on the fact that I'm using shows it to be on this one. There we go. And the one, the image from GameFAQs on the map section shows it to be on the first one. So it's actually on the third door. So you go to the third door first. I can never remember which one it is since two maps say two different things. Now, there is a door there. It leads to an area we don't need to go to yet. We need to go here first. Go to the second door, backtrack up a little bit, as long as you kept your camera center to the north. And through here, these all kind of look the same. Let's go in here first. Ah, got another one. Let's check this out. Might as well. Once we do this one, it doesn't really say that it does anything. I think we hear a sound. Very strange sound. And we get some shaking. And that's about it. They don't tell us what that did. There is a save point there. You can use that if you want. I don't think I need to. Keep going up here. My camera's, I think, been changed. Yeah. Let's go back to north. We want to head down here. And if you go down a couple sections there, we find a little runway thing with lighting on it. Just head down to the left there once you get there. And we arrive here at... kinda looks like a gear. You can't tell the lights are off. In fact, it does look a lot like Bart's gear. Now that you mention it, if you trace the Brigandier's history, it was a gear originally made in Ave that he customized, so it doesn't surprise anyone that they're kind of similar. Looks like there's no power drawn here except for emergency lights. Alright. So the drive unit, if we remember the drive units required, this isn't like an EP drive or an HP drive, the thing that Ellie took way back when Faye was fighting her in the crags of the border, I think, between Ave and Kislev. This is the drive, the central core of a gear. Control panel down there didn't do much. Probably something around here. And yes, even though we can't see it, there actually is a control panel right here. And this is somewhat easy to miss, though you actually have to do this to proceed. Anyone have a light? Ah. There's an inscription. It's in the old Fatima language. What does it say? I'm assuming you refers to whoever the heir is at the time who had the Fatima Jasper who could come in. And I guess speaking those words aloud turns on the lights. Ah, there we go. Ah, look at that. We got lights everywhere, and it really does look like a bridge. But this thing's way the hell underground. How was it, like a burrowing tank or something? We already got an airship. It's not like we need another one. Wouldn't make sense that they could get an airship this far under the ground anyway. How are we going to get this out? Read the eyes. There's no way we can move this entire building. Anyway, so we need to go back to the bridge. Sorry about that. I'm gonna borrow it. Don't worry, I'll bring it back. Little bit of damage to the paint job, but that's it, honestly. I won't let it break apart. Anyway, with that being said, we get new music and lighting. And so yeah, basically in between episodes here, I think we'll call her a day. I can't move the camera, that sucks. But yeah, I will meet you back, I think it's downstairs or upstairs or wherever it is, in the control room, and there we'll be able to do something. So that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.